A couple of days ago, Harry and Meghan decided to release their official picture. That's right, it was taken at the recent Well Child Awards when they were back in the United Kingdom, apparently a place that they don't feel safe and of course are concerned about their own personal security. It's a striking picture, isn't it, with Meghan looking incredibly defiant, leadership skills, and Harry looking pleased that he's got somebody to take charge. But it's this other picture really that people are very confused about, including, according to a very good source, senior members of the British monarchy. Now, as ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of Yorkshire today. Isn't it a beautiful vision behind me? Keeps raining and of course it's nice to see all the ducks on the river, the canal, whatever it is, but you know, they do talk quite a lot. I know, I bet you're thinking a bit like you, Neil, as well, but they never shut up, you know. Even if you give them some bread, they keep coming back for more. There's no escape. Also, can I thank you for your very kind comments, as I say, about some of the recent videos. It's nice to know when you get involved. Yes, I totally agree with you on the 90s pop star being sort of affronted about using his hit from 1993. It's not a political gain, is it? It's just coming on and coming off music. And the bottom line is, if new people get to hear it, which they did, then simply he makes royalties. And more importantly, people might put it back in the charts. I mean, who now remembers End People? It's over 25 years ago, isn't it? Still a great track. But as ever though, back to your breaking story of the day. As I say, this story really centres upon this, brand new picture that they released a couple of days ago. And really people were perplexed because if you remember way back during the Platinum Jubilee celebrations, Harry and Meghan did a very similar thing with this picture. If you recall, they were rather miffed, according to a very good source, that their, well, shall we say, welcome wasn't that welcoming. And just after they departed the United Kingdom back to California, we were greeted with this adorable picture of their daughter Lily, or Lily Diana, Lilibet, depending on which magazine, which publication you wish to believe. Now, what's interesting here is, and I find this strange, is that we were told by sources close to the royal couple that indeed a meeting had taken place between Harry, Meghan, and of course the late monarch Queen Elizabeth II. But there was no photographic evidence of that meeting. In fact, there was no personal record of that meeting because allegedly it was a private meeting. Now, according to another good source within senior circles, and as ever we have to say allegedly, there's simply no record of this meeting. Now, wouldn't it be more, fitting, if you think, as a tribute from Harry and Meghan, that if there was an unofficial picture, regardless of whether they were allowed to use it or not, and I'm sure if they had a picture, they simply would put that out there, then now would be a good time to remember his late grandmother and offer their own personal tribute. What is interesting is, and what we were told is, their official photographer was there on hand. We're not sure if he were in the room or remotely, but ready to take a picture. According to that source, the late monarch said no, she wasn't having any pictures taken that day. But as I say, what's interesting is there's nothing even in the private diary to state that this particular momentous occasion of our late monarch meeting her great granddaughter really, existed. But they apparently over in California are saying that it did. And as ever, we have to say allegedly. So what's strange here though is, if this meeting did exist, why the reticence to share with the rest of the world? After all, they're very keen to share exactly the pictures that they wish the rest of the world to see, even though the media, the social media world, etc., apparently according to them, is incredibly toxic. Either way, I'm sure you'll agree that this particular story has a very strange, well, shall we say, surround to it, to be polite. And more importantly, as I've said, senior people within the royal household have no recollection at all of this meeting taking place. Now, we're not expecting, of course, His Majesty the King to come forward and confirm that, or indeed the brand new Prince and Princess of Wales. But surely people like Zara Tindall, Mark Tindall, who were also apparently invited to that particular party, would know if this actually occurred or indeed existed. Either way, this royal mystery is simply not going away. Neil Sean in the very heart of Yorkshire.